So I recently did a promo video for a bar in London. They wanted a short little sort of marketing Instagram style video for their new outside space. I shot this video on my Canon C200. This is the camera that I use for most of my professional work. It's also the camera that's filming me right now. So I will play you that little promo video. So once that video was done, the client seemed to really like it, but I was only moderately happy with that video, and that's for a number of different reasons. It's actually the first time I felt really restricted by the Canon C200. Now, obviously, it's not the type of work you would normally do with a C200. It doesn't really totally play to the camera's strengths, but it definitely got me thinking that I need a better B camera specifically for video. So that's what this video is about. This is why I've gone for the Canon EOS R6 as my upgrade to my Canon EOS R, which has been my B camera for at least the last year and a half. This is the big one. 10-bit video is insanely important nowadays. The Canon C200, actually, I use the 8-bit video a lot of the time, but the 8-bit is definitely a lot better than it is in some other sort of like standard DSLR video cameras. You get a lot more detail in the 8-bit on the Canon C200 than you do in those types of cameras. But I wanted my upgrade to specifically have 10-bit video, and that's one of the things I'm most excited about with the R6 is just future-proofs my video work moving forward. In terms of, I've got the option to use 12-bit video on the C200 and then 10-bit video on the Canon EOS R6. It's a very, very comprehensive video performer. And one of the other reasons is that it's insanely lightweight. It fits into a very, very small form factor. So running it on a gimbal is an absolute breeze. That was one of the biggest problems with the C200 on that shoot, is that it just isn't the most natural thing to fly around on a gimbal with. I use a Zion Crane 2S, which is definitely powerful enough to hold the C200, but overall it just didn't really fit super well for me anyway. I'm happier using a slightly lighter weight gimbal setup, and this R6 means that I don't need to compromise on video quality when I move over to shooting on a gimbal. C200 isn't particularly known for fantastic low light performance, and you could definitely see that some of these shots are a little noisy, even though I was kind of only shooting at sometimes 1600, 2400 ISO. So like, these aren't crazy numbers, and definitely some of the shots were looking a little grainy. C200 is famous for its noise if you're not shooting in fantastically lit situations. The low light performance on the EOS R6 is probably not quite as good as Sony's Alpha line, but it is supposed to be fantastic. So I can't wait to shoot in some lower light situations with the R6. So all of this previously has been about the C200, why I need a complementary, better video camera. But now I had the EOS R, I still have the EOS R. Why am I not just happy with that camera, just staying with that camera? Why did I want to upgrade from this? And there's a few key reasons here. First of all is the 4K 60 frames per second. The 4K on the Canon EOS R is fantastic. It's actually really, really strong as a video performer. Like, it still looks great even compared to like 4K footage on the C200, but it only shoots that at 25 or 30 frames a second. There is no 4K 60 on that camera, and that's one of the main reasons that I was excited to pick up the EOS R6. I shoot 4K 60 all the time on my C200, so it's nice to have that option also in my B camera. Again, another big problem with the Canon EOS R is when you do shoot in 4K, there is a massive crop. Now, sometimes that doesn't bother me, but if you're in a tighter situation, for instance, I was wanting to do quite a lot of wide angles. If I was shooting on the R with this specific video, I wouldn't have been able to shoot 4K at all because the crop would have been just too aggressive. The R6 has full frame 4K 10-bit video, and I'm really, really excited to start shooting with it. And finally, I wasn't expecting to include this in this video, but there's recently been an update for the R6. Canon has released a sneaky little firmware update, and it's actually a really good one. They've included C-Log 3. It's an additional log format which will give you one stop of extra dynamic range compared to just standard C-Log. So that's a big improvement. I shoot C-Log 3 quite a lot on my C200, so that will also make things easier in terms of color matching. And the other is that they have enabled dual SD card recording for video. Like, that is a massive deal. That now pretty much enables the R6 to be used as a really professional grade video camera, because you are able to make sure that your shots are nice and secure and you're not getting any file corruptions. That's why I've chosen the R6. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you're shooting with, and I'll catch you guys next time.